Good morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torgros here with the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Consumers Energy. With nothing going on, there's quite a bit to talk about nothing. Almost sounds like a Seinfeld episode, doesn't it? We do see a rain, perhaps, next week. Pretty good chance of it, and maybe in some spots even before that. So let's get on into it and show you what's going on here. The summer weather is going to continue, and it looks like the atmosphere has a capacity to warm us to about 82 to 85 the next several days. The record high temperatures are still in the low to mid 90s even, so probably not record warmth, but very dry and very warming. And I do have to warn you, hey, good morning, Kim Turner. Thanks for saying hello there. I do have to warn you that I've talked to Abley Greenhouse. They're one of my friends. They own a greenhouse in Saginaw. They say people are reporting dying shrubs and trees. You've got to water these things. You're going to hear my well pump kick on probably several times here, like that on cue. Why? I've got the hose trickling on some shrubs that I've planted this summer. I've kept them well watered, but I do not want them to dry out and die. So you're going to have to stick with it, it looks like. So satellite picture shows plenty of sunshine. Shows you the storminess off to the west in the Dakotas and Minnesota. That will come toward us on Friday morning, but in a dying fashion, and I'll show that to you in just a minute also. You know, I always like to start with the big picture. I don't baby you. I give you the guts of meteorology, and you can handle it. So what this is here is the 15,000 feet up, what we'd call the mid-levels of the atmosphere. And what you're going to see is the storm system coming toward us next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you're going to see the very warm weather taking over. I do want to remind you that every time a warm spell comes back 5 to 7 days from now, the sunshine has a little less power. So it probably won't be as hot as this one, but it will be quite warm. So, hey, a lot of folks chiming in today. Good morning, Kathy Brown. You have a great day also. Cindy Warner, good morning, Bridgeport. And Michelle Saldana, thanks for checking in. So here we go. We're into tomorrow, and you'll notice the U-shaped bends. These are storm systems, but as we get toward the weekend, the ridge still to our south poking into our region. And then here's our rain. This is Tuesday afternoon and evening. This is Tuesday night. That's an upper level storm system. That's a rain for Michigan. That's actually a widespread, everybody gets something, and some of us get a useful rain. It gets cut off. Why? Because the heat wants to come right back. So it's almost like it gets encased in heat. The ridge you can see developing again to the north. Now this is 10 days out, and you know, don't always believe it, but it wants to bring the ridge right back and shove that storm system to our south and kind of just kill it off. So in other words, we're going to cool down a couple of days next week, but based solely on the fact that we'll have some clouds and rain showers around, not the fact that colder air is coming in from Canada. Hey, good morning, GR, Grand Rapids. And so here's the surface weather, and we'll look at it a little closer. This is the Friday morning, afternoon showers. Going to be hard for them to reach the ground because of the dry layer of air. So the models won't handle that really well. Good morning, Rich DeWald. The models won't handle that really well, the evaporating of them. We go through the weekend. It's a dry, summery weekend. Do not winterize the boat yet. Keep it out for at least this weekend and probably several more weekends. Now, here comes our storm system next week. This is Tuesday night, and this is Wednesday. It moves through, and then remember, I show you the ridge may take off and develop over us again and start to dry us out and heat us up. Here's a little bit closer of a look at that same thing. So I'm going to call it dry through today and tomorrow. This is Friday morning into early afternoon. Maybe a patch of clouds, maybe a shower or two. Oh, Charlevoix, the Traverse City area, Cadillac, Big Rapids, a few hundredths, maybe a tenth of an inch if you're lucky. Saturday should be dry. Sunday should be dry. And then here's the storm system. And this is Tuesday afternoon and evening and Tuesday night. And you can see many areas get some rainfall. I'll show you the rainfall totals here in just a moment. Good morning, Bruce Lundy. Good morning, Rich DeWald. And Ron Walzak checking in from Ipsy. So this is another major concept that I feel like I always have to give to you. And this concept is we look at models. Out next week, the model that we like usually more is the European model. Not always totally accurate over the U.S. model. Sometimes the U.S. model is good. But that's the one run that we like, and then they tweak that European 31 times, and they average it. We like that for the long term to see the general perspective. I got an email yesterday from someone saying, you talked about 80s and much warmer weather all the way through next week and into early October, but my forecast on my app says Tuesday's going to be cool. I'm talking in general terms, we're going to be 10 to 15 degrees warmer than normal. And remember, I always have to emphasize to you that the normal is going down. So 7 days out when the warmth takes over, we're a couple of degrees cooler than what we are now, but we're still flirting with 80 degrees. So I don't see anything that looks like chilly and cool other than if you get a cloudy, showery day in the middle of the day and the cool down is just solely driven by the clouds and the showers, not by cooler air. And you'll see that here. This is that same upper level pattern. So here's your weekend. And if you even get confused about this, just go with the colors. If you're seeing oranges and reds, you know that it is a warmer than normal pattern. Now we're out to Wednesday the 25th. Now we're out to Sunday, September 29th, and we're out to October 3rd, and look at that. You don't see anything that looks like a cold blob of air is coming from Canada. So here's your rainfall. Like I said, Friday, a spotty shower, Charlevoix, Traverse City area, Ludington, Manistee, down to Big Rapids, maybe Grand Rapids, maybe a tenth of an inch if you're lucky. There's the well pump. Again, that means I'm watering the shrubs and trees that have just been freshly planted and haven't gone through a good wet cycle yet. And then as we go into next week, we may very well see some spots that see over an inch of rain and get a useful rainfall. Look at these temperatures. They are warm. 80s today, 82 to 85. Same for Thursday, same for Friday, same for Saturday and Sunday and Monday. Maybe even Tuesday, still some spots flirting with 80. Wednesday we get the clouds, the showers. Is that cool? Not really. 65 to 70. And watch as the 70s to near 80 come right back as we close out the month of September. So I'll leave you with the 6 to 10 day forecast, warmer than normal. 8 to 14 day forecast, warmer than normal, drier than normal. And this 3 to 4 week forecast goes out to October 11th. It does show you, it is old. They only issue this once a week on Fridays, so it was last Friday, but it shows you that the Weather Service, NOAA, the extended forecasters expect the warmer than normal conditions and drier than normal conditions to continue as we head into early October. Right now, some spots have not had a drop of rain in September. A lot of us are working on just 600ths, tenth of an inch. Pacing, some spots pacing toward the driest September on record. So my key to you is make sure you start watering that stuff. that looks wilted. I noticed my hydrangeas don't seem to be real tolerant of this dryness because it's extremely dry. So I'm giving them a little shot of water, even though they're established. But anything you planted this year, as far as a shrub or a tree, I feel you should be watering. You better start now before they look dry, because on an evergreen, once they look dry, guess what? It's too late. Hey, thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update, brought to you by Consumers Energy. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Have yourselves a great Wednesday. There's the well pump again. Take care.